How's it going? I'm brewing this Lambic today, and this is the setup behind me. And we're gonna see how it goes. This is my first time, so wish me luck. I got this rims tube here, so what I'm doing is I'm recirculating the mash. It's coming out of here. There's a heating element in here, and then it goes back into the mash on top. This is what it looks like right now. Don't got a whole lot of water in there because we're doing the turbid mash. But the whole idea is that we're trying to keep the temperature. We're boiling that water right now. So we're gonna take about a gallon of that water. We're gonna put it in here. We're gonna raise the temperature from 113 to about 133. And then we'll let it rest a little bit, and then we'll take our first turbid sample. Might be noticing this water on the ground here. Turns out one of my hoses had a leak in it. So it goes in the homebrew business. But we're good now. All right, we got 2 quarts of this boiling water. About to pour it on top here. Hopefully raising the temperature up to 133. Hopefully we don't overshoot here. We'll do our best. Yeah, we'll see what that gets us, and if it's not enough, then we can add more. Gonna add another couple quarts here. Didn't quite reach the temperature we wanted. Hoping this gets us up. That should do it. So when I pull my turbid sample, I should pull about a gallon of it. So I put a gallon in there. We'll make that work. Turns out the mash pH was a little bit high. So we got some lactic acid in here. I'm gonna put in about 5 milliliters in there, and it should bring the mash pH down a bit. And that's what we're hoping for. There we go, that's a little bit better. So we're gonna take some out of there. We're gonna heat it up to 180. Coming out pretty fast, so I'm gonna do it slowly. All right, we got something like 3/4 here. It's nice and murky, that's what we want. We're gonna pour it in here. Gotta do it in here because this is what I got today. So we're gonna heat it up to 180 degrees. It's gonna kill off all the enzymes, and we're gonna be saving some complex carbs that will add to the brew kettle afterwards. All right, the same amount we just took off, we're gonna put back in and hope to get this up to about 156 degrees. We'll pretty much finish our mash, and then we'll be ready to sparge. All right, we're chilling at 151 degrees. We'll let it go for about 30 minutes. That's a lunch break for me. I'll come back, we'll mash out, we'll be good to go. All right, we're about to start our sparge here. We got this 180 degree water right here. I'm gonna drizzle it on top of that mash. At the same time, we'll be drizzling into our boil kettle right here. Gotta match the flow rates, collect all our wort. So now we got it going in there. Just drizzling in. We're gonna try to keep a little bit of water on top. Increase this flow rate a little bit as we get going so we can match it up. Got a little bit of drizzle going in there. That's how it's done. Just added that portion that we took out at the beginning there. Added it back in. We're gonna let it sit and rest for a second. We're gonna bump this guy up to 190 degrees. All right, we collected our wort. We got a pre-boil gravity at 1065, so that's pretty good. The wort came out pretty clear, which is not great. But we got what we got, and we're gonna do it. All right, we at 212 now. Got a lot of foam on this one, that's a good sign. As long as we don't boil over, we'll be good. Got 30 minutes on, and then we'll put some of this aged hops in there, 1.5 ounce. That'll go right in there for another hour. That foam's cleared up now, we can see our boil going. Give it 30 minutes, and we'll put some of these hops in, aged Lambic hops. Boil for another 60 minutes, and then we'll be ready to sour. One of my favorite parts here is we get to give these chickens the grains. Look, they're so happy. You ladies want some grains? All right, let's do it. They happy now, huh? All right, here we go. It's 30 minutes. We got our hops in there. Like that guy in there, and it's gonna go in there for 60 minutes. All right, this 1 hour. Got our chiller hooked up here. It's a counterflow chiller. We're gonna run the water through there at the same time. We're gonna run some cool water. Keep it in the kettle, because we're gonna use some of this lactobacillus. It says 68 to 95 degrees. So I got the temperature set to 85 degrees. Should be good. All right, we chilling now. It's coming out of there, moving through there. Coming back in. The opposite direction the water's going. You can see what the temperature's at. And we'll chill this down to 85 degrees, and then we'll pitch our lacto. All right, from here on out, we gotta be real sanitary. So this is going into the phosphoric acid there. And we'll open that up, we'll put it in. We're gonna add some of the CO2 at the top. Wrap it up with some saran wrap. And then we wait. And there it is, lactose in there. Sprayed some CO2 in there so we get all the oxygen out. It's wrapped up, and it's gonna stay like that for 2 to 3 days before we move it to the fermenter. All right, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be adding another video when we get to the next step. A couple days. We'll transfer it here to this fermenter. We'll pitch some Saccharomyces, and we'll have the main fermentation going on before we transfer it to secondary, where we'll add the bread. All right, thanks.